Okay, who wants to read from the first one?
I shall read, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, is this, who is that? I'm just seeing a S in that name.
I always will not get chance. Actually, I will not add only today. I got it
But
opportunity.
no, is it, sorry, I didn't get your name. Sorry, Mataji, it's written only yes there.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, for all the
She
Prabhuji.
Sandhya Mataji, Sandhya Shinde.
Sandhya Mataji, okay. Yeah, she never gets a chance to. Today she joined us. She's good. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Always I will not able to join only this. Yes, Prabhu.
Please go ahead, Mataji. We have to read from as we were walking back. Prabhu, you have to scroll up a little bit. As we were walking back.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. As we were walking back from the beach, one morning, Prabhupada continued speaking with the devotees. When we take charge of the government, he said playfully, we will go to the people and tell them, either you chant Hare Krishna or we will kill you. All the devotees laughed except for me.
No, this is really far out because Prabhupada, he said playfully, otherwise it's going to be like if somebody really takes that seriously, it's going to be a disaster, really, right? So please continue with it.
All the devotees laughed except for me. Prabhupada turned to me and said, what do you think, Giriraj? Yes,
See,
very
this is
good,
very
Srila
interesting.
Prabhupada. I said.
Prabhupada is in the front and
Yeah.
devotees are behind and surrounding him. So when he says something, the devotees are having different bow. No, some of them will say it's just a joke, but someone as soft like meek and soft like Viraj Maharaj, they don't want to say this thing even as a joke. So he's a mild mannered. No, so Prabhupada has an eye towards him also, and he's talking specifically to Viraj Maharaj. Yes.
Yes, right. All the devotees, yeah. Yes, very good, Srila Prabhupada. I said with as much conviction as I could.
So you're not convinced. Please continue.
He turned to the other devotees and announced, our Giriraj is non-violent. And then we all laughed. Later, I found passage in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam. Yeah, Madhya Khanda. Prabhuji just scroll up. Yeah. Madhya Kanda 13.8 and 12, in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks in a similar way with his devotees. Go out and preach my order everywhere. He tells them, go to every house and beg, chant the names of Krishna, worship Krishna, follow Krishna's instructions. Bala Krishna, Bala Krishna, Bhaja Krishna.
Bolo Krishna.
Kara
Bolo
Krishna.
Krishna.
Bolo Krishna,
Bhaja
Bhaja
Krishna.
Krishna Siksha.
Yeah, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna, Siksha. At
So,
the end
so,
of the
so, so, hold on. Who knows the bhajan in which this line comes? There is a bhajan, Vaishnava bhajan,
Hare Krishna
in which
mantra.
this line comes.
Hare Krishna mantra.
Yes. Sorry, what is it you're saying?
It's Hare Krishna mantra.
Yes. No. This Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna Siksha, it comes in the Vaishnava bhajan. We all know that bhajan. Many of them at least. Not all.
Is that Bhaja or Sri Nandana?
No.
Nadia Godru mein.
Ah. Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna Siksha comes there. Nadia Godru mein Nityananda Mahajan, Hariom Se Namavatam, Givira Kara. Please continue. A beautiful bhajan.
At the end of the day, come and give me your report. I will I will take up my chakra and cut off the heads of those who will not chant after being requested by you. And the passage completes. On hearing the order, all the Vaishnavas laughed. Although Dr. Patel would spar with
Okay,
Srila.
so Maharaj is quoting a reference from Chaitanya Bhagavat, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that you go out to every house and beg to chant Krishna's names, and if they are not chanting, you give me the report, I will take up my chakra and cut off their heads. Actually speaking, if you know, if you remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken a vow of not using any weapon. That's why he came in the Karunaka form, right? His only weapon is Hare Krishna mantra. He doesn't take any weapon. If he wanted, he could take. He took it when Jagai Madai visited with Nityananda Prabhu. But here he is telling this point that usually he says you can beg from them. So Haridas Thakur, he tells this. Go and beg from people. Uh, Please chant Hare Krishna. Even after that, if they don't do, then I will take my weapon. He taken a vow not to lift the weapon. It's really a nice passage. I was actually this Bhakti Vaibhav course, orientation for students, teachers and students. Um, I was there doing that part of the session, the introductory session we had about 2-3 weeks ago, and Sarvabhauma Prabhu and many others were also there. So we all had to speak a little bit about Bhagavatam. So Sarvabhauma Prabhu made a very interesting point there. I thought I'd share it with you all. So that is very connected to the same thing. So what happens is that he said something very interesting observation. That Krishna comes in the first canto when he comes to the battlefield, and then he's son of Drona punished. He talks to uh, Arjuna and Pandavas how to, kill the Satyatama, etc. No, so. He said that after first canto, Krishna comes only in the 10th canto. In between, it's all is avatars only. You don't see Krishna in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth. If remembrance is coming, of course, I mean, Uddhava remembers him, but he comes later, the 10th canto only. So that Bhakta Vatsalyata is there in first canto and second canto, which is very, very important to know. And what that Bhakta Vatsalyata is actually very interesting because he was telling that just 1 second.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we can't hear you.
Sorry, was he audible? I was maybe because of the power. He was telling that the Bhakta Vatsalyata is something which Krishna exhibits very specially. That's why Krishna is very special, even more deeper. In other words, he is ready to put himself down in order to protect his devotees. That is the devotees. So we know that Krishna had taken a vow of not lifting the weapon during the Kurukshetra battlefield. So if you see, uh, during Bhishma Dev's fight with Arjuna, Krishna lifted the chariot's wheel, correct? So that's why he is also called Ratangapani. But we can still argue that the wheel of the chariot is not a weapon. So it's used for driving the chariot. It's not something which you can consider as a weapon like a sword or an arrow, bow, and all, right? So, uh, so Krishna can say that I didn't lift a weapon that way, right? But he said that Indian Krishna lifted his weapon still in Kurukshetra. What was that? He said that when Parishit Maharaj was being about to be burnt by the Brahmastra in the womb, Krishna lifted his Sudarshan Chakra and nullified the Brahmastra's effect by circling around the womb of Uttara. Hmm? Uh, so he is. So that is a very interesting thing that he said that Krishna actually lifted the weapon for protecting his devotees. However, you can still say that the Kurukshetra war is over by then. That also you can say. But again, it is you are saying that Krishna did lift weapon to break his vow. So here also, Chaitanya Prabhu's vow is that he will not take the weapons, but if he wanted, if he could break, he can break his own promises. This is really nice. Okay, so let's continue. Dr.
Prabhu,
Patel,
your
you can
voice
speak.
is breaking.
Sorry?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry? You were saying something?
Your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Is it so?
No,
Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
it's clear.
It's okay, Prabhu. It's okay. It's fine.
Now it is okay. It's like,
For me, it's okay, Prabhuji.
it looks like for most it is okay. Today's Prabhu is there. For others,
Shall
yeah,
I?
if it is. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Although Dr. Patel
Dr.
was far
Patel is
with
going to speak
Srila
something.
Prabhupada, he was deeply attracted, even attached to him. Do you know why I come so early and all that? He asked one morning. Shall I say, sir? Yes, yes, Prabhupada replied. Dr. Patel quoted him. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmanah kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu kritaha mokshadvaram apavritam. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavat 3.25 and 20. That is why I come too early. He said, you may explain to them, sir. No, you explain. Dr. Patel laughed and proceeded. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that your mind atmana prasangha. The sangha means attachment, uh, attachment, and prasangha and sangha the same. No. What is that?
Krishna Rupena Sangha.
Yeah, prakrista rupena sangha. Prabhupada corrected. Very tight. Sangha, very
Very
tight.
tight Sangha.
Tight sangha, very tight attachment of mind is there always, not mind of the soul. Atmanaha, because mind and soul both are, that is always there, ajara, undying. But if that attachment is opening of the door of
It's
moksha,
made to a
so
sadhu. It's made, sorry, Mataji, you left one line. If that
which
attachment is made to a sadhu.
attachment is made to a sadhu, that becomes a moksha dwaram apavritam, that becomes opening of the door of moksha. So I come here to sadhu kruta. A week later, Prabhupada asked Dr. Patel why he was coming daily. I don't know, Dr. Patel replied. I have got some. We don't pay you any fee. I feel some sort of attachment to you. That is why I come. I don't understand why I am attracted to you especially. I don't understand. I have been thinking about it. I am very much thinking there must be some purva janma, janma, something from the past life. I don't know. No sadhu has been able to attract me as much as you have. Not even temples have attracted me. To tell the truth, yeah. That is what is this mat, Prabhu? Jo- yeah. Jasomati Nandana, sorry, Jasomati Nandana claimed in. There is no sadhu except.
19 means added.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prabhupada. On a morning walk, the following week, Dr.
Hold on. Up
Yeah.
to this point is one section. After that, it is changing. So I want to discuss something here. I want to hear from devotees. So, what do you think about this Patel's point here? Do you remember how Patel used to fight with Prabhupada? Have like fight and argue with Prabhupada, remember?
Prabhu, no, your voice is definitely breaking, Prabhu.
Is it? Is it okay
The
now?
voice is very good.
Now better. Yeah.
Voice is very.
Okay, then it seems okay. Bluetooth is standard. Now it is better, no?
Yes, now very clear.
So, so yeah, we know that this Dr. Patel was used to fight with Prabhupada, argue and fight, debate with Prabhupada. No? He used to get upset with Prabhupada and go away. And Prabhupada said something. Remember those interactions when Prabhupada was calling some of the other sadhus as fools, rascals, etc. Yeah, I think it was something to do with one of the sadhus, and he was not very happy. And then he went away. And the next day he comes in, and then few days he was not to be seen. Then he comes back and catches up. But here you see the same Dr. Patel is telling that I feel some sort of attachment to you. He said, I don't know why he's affected. This is the beauty of association with pure devotees like Prabhupada. Such a nice thing. No sadhu has been able to attract me as much as you have. But the beautiful thing is, Yashamati Prabhu, such a nice devotee, such a nice devotee, very exalted Vaishnava. He's departed a few years ago, but we had a good fortune of associating with him whenever we used to go to Rajkot and Ahmedabad. We used to meet him in Ahmedabad and he will come to Rajkot Yatra. He's very, very attached to Prabhupada there. He's a Prabhupada man. So Prabhupada, he's hardly 18, 19 years or 20 years maximum that time. Shumati Prabhu. This is happening in 74, 75 now, that time. So he's correcting that. There is no sadhu except Prabhupada. I mean, he's so much, emphasizing that fact. So this is a very important thing to note. Anybody has any comments here?
Prabhuji, I think you were highlighting that past time now when His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that why you put off.
You are putting up with him. Yes. Yeah.
So I mean that time Prabhupada knew that this Dr. Patel is attached, so that's why he didn't wanted to give up on him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Prabhu. Thank you for connecting that. Because at that time Prabhupada says something, no, but we have to engage them somehow, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
He says that we have to engage them somehow. So for that we have to bear all these things nonsense, like immaturity. Yeah, we can't help it. Thank you. This is the importance of being patient, sometimes people go, sometimes people come. One day they glorify you, one day they will put you down, they'll criticize you. But if our heart is clean, we don't have to worry about, oh, this person is coming, that person is gone, etc. It's very important to keep that patience and continue with our seva. Because end of the day, we are not doing devotional service to develop some loving relationship in this world, right? Devotional service is to develop our loving relationship with Krishna. All other relations, all other love and things that might come as a result of our attraction to Krishna. If we are not attracted enough, then our relations in this world also will be very temporary. So it will just come and go. It's going to be really challenging, and that dissatisfaction will keep bothering us. But if you are clear that in this world, whatever relationship we are creating, irrespective of whether material or spiritual, right? Uh, in that particular body, it is ending. The soul will continue. The soul. That is why whenever we have this uh, relationship with anybody, it should be at a soul level. A soul level. You should not do it based on, say, some caste creed or some community or some. Okay, he's appreciating me, so I will develop a relationship with him. She is appreciating me, I will develop a relationship with her. Like that, we should never have connections. Then it will soon that appreciation will turn into criticism. Then you will not be able to take it. You will have a balanced approach that way. Like okay, they're appreciating Krishna. They're criticizing Krishna. So to that extent, we should be very clear. That way, we can remain stable even when things are going up and down. Prabhupada is like that. He never bothered whether uh, this Dr. Patel will feel bad if he tells something very strong. Uh, and even when he is saying, I'm attracted to you, Prabhupada is not really like elated or something. Just laughed off. Because he knew what he did before and what he does now. So people are from different modes. They all are governed by different modes, material modes. So one day they are in good mode, they will come and appreciate you. Another day they are in a bad mode, they are passionate and yeah, mode of ignorance. They will criticize you. But modes are not. We are not. Our connection is not with the modes. Our connections are with the our relationship with the soul. That is a very important thing Prabhupada is teaching us here. But just simply, it doesn't even say anything about it. Hmm? He is asking, we don't pay you any fee. Why are you coming? It's a nice challenge. So if somebody is coming to be paid by Prabhupada, and they will go after they are paid. So love is difficult. Okay, so who else wants to take over? Uh, I know some devotees should want to lead. Who are there to take over?
I will proceed.
Who said she'll do? Yes, ma'am. On a
On
morning.
a, mo- on a morning walk the following week, Dr. Patel put forward his theory that the Jews were the greatest people on earth, that they were actually the chosen people of God. The Jews,
So
Prabhupada asked,
so Dr. Patel, while he is attracted to Prabhupada, he has his own some concoctions, whatever it may be. Somebody would have written some. Like nowadays we have WhatsApp acharyas, no? Like that he must be having something else. There's somewhere some article you would have read and seen. There may be some bit of truth in it or whatever, but he may be exaggerating a bit more. Hmm? But then Prabhupada is putting up with all these things, you see, because now because there at least 1% there is a pure devotee, and that conversation was revolving around Krishna and devotional service, right? If there is a little bit of mixed thing there, then there can be, by him saying that, somebody might get agitated. How can you say only Jews? Why can't we say this? Why can't we say my community? There are attachment to the communities will be there. You understand? So Prabhupada is above all those things. So he's just casually asking. Yes, ma'am.
the Jews, Prabhupada asked, really, Dr. Patel confirmed, it is God's choicest race. The
Actually,
devotees
there are many
laughed.
Jews in Prabhupada's disciples. Siraj Maharaj himself is a Jew, and Raghunath Maharaj, and even Shepatak Maharaj is a Jew, means from that community. Yeah, please go ahead.
The devotees laughed, but Dr. Patel insisted. They have produced wonderful people right from Christ up to Professor Einstein. Very bold people, very bold indeed. They are truthful to their convictions. They would die for their convictions. They will not budge an inch. But they are impersonalists, Brahmananda accepted. Dr. Patel pursued his point. Very brave, very brave. They are impersonalists, Brahmananda repeated. Today, still very brave. It is the choicest race from God. It's the fact. Brahmananda is very much pleased, Prabhupada remarked, referring to people's Jewish family heritage. And again, we all laughed.
It's very interesting. Huh? Brahmananda Prabhu is from Jewish background, but he is only telling, but they are impersonalists, right? Actually, they accept God. If you read the Torah and all, they accept God. And in fact, in their Torah also, you get a lion God. God comes as lion and all. Many things. You should actually read that book, Om Shalom. You have read that book. It's a nice conversation between one rabbi, Jewish rabbi, and Satyaraj Prabhu, Stephen Rosen. Satyaraj Prabhu himself is a Jew. So he has gone through those things very closely, that Jewish tradition, and took over to Krishna consciousness. He's a very nice scholar. He's written lots of books. And that Om Shalom book is a comparison, the dialogue of a conversation between a rabbi and Satyaraj Prabhu. So the rabbi is very surprised that he was a Jewish, but he has taken to Krishna consciousness. But Satyaraj Prabhu very clearly gives a detail as to what is there and what is there in Jewish thing, and what is lacking there, and how it got covered by Bhagavad Gita and our Vedic culture. Very wonderful book to read. And he tells a lot of things which are in the Jewish tradition, which the rabbi himself did not know. Or he makes him to accept those things and gives a Vedic uh, perspective to it. I was very much amazed that rabbi. It's a very good book to read. But what I mean to say is, a lot of Jewish devotees have joined, and they're really doing amazing services in this movement, because there is a lot more to take from Prabhu or Krishna conscious movement, which are lacking in the other traditions. They are there, but then there's something that is missing, which is nicely covered here. Okay. So let's continue. Just please, Mataji, Sridhar Mataji, please continue.
I don't know who are they, Dr. Patel responded, meaning he didn't know which devotees were Jewish, but that is a fact. When you look back to the history, it's the really choicest way. Giriraj is also from Dasanathan said, whatever he may be, I don't know them, who are they, but historically we look back. They are really very brave people. They have died for the sake of their principle. They never budge an inch. Dr. Patel's praise was encouraging to those of us from Jewish backgrounds, and I glanced at Brahmananda, who smiled at me, and I guessed that he was also reveling. And then he again put forth his idea that the Jews were impersonalists.
He means who?
Brahmananda.
Yes. I just wanted to know if everybody is following that. Please continue, Mataji.
Impersonalist or personalist is immaterial, Dr. Patel countered. I talk of boldness, very bold people, truthful to their convictions, sir. Then Srila Prabhupada broke in. They are so bold, he questioned. That style of but Prabhupada's
Please continue.
meaning
It's
of
going to be a little googly here. Prabhupada's
the
googly.
Prabhupada's meaning of Shakespeare's fictitious Jewish scoundrel Any of us who had been puffed up by Dr. Patel's words became both deflated and thankful. With one word, he had rescued us from the trap of
How it requires only one name, Professor. That Shylock. He was a, I mean, he was not a good person. He said, as Maharaj is rightly telling us, a Jewish scoundrel. Yes, this continue.
and after Dr. Patel's broad claims and Prabhupada's
See, wait, read
reference
that line. Read the line before. I think I disturbed your I think was there.
one word, with one word, he had rescued a trap of false prestige. And after Dr. broad claims and Prabhupada's reference to a classic stereotypical figure, we were reminded not to accept generalizations based on bodily designations. Prabhupada wanted us to see everyone as individual, spiritual beings, eternal servants of truth.
See, what a beautiful realization this is. Because Prabhupada is actually answering to Patel, right? But while Brahmananda Prabhu was actually refuting Patel's argument by saying that they are impersonalists, he is claiming that Jews are great people. If somebody tells that hey, Tamils are great people, I will also sometimes we also get Marathis are great people. We will also get attracted by that, isn't it? Because of the bodily designation and attachment that way. Sure, Shivaji Maharaj is a great person. Then in Maharashtrians will be proud. And you tell some other king in Tamil saying a great person, they will also become proud. That is all bodily at the end of the day. So while they were saying that they are impersonalists, refuting the argument, even though they were from the same community, but you see that line where Giriraj Maharaj and Brahmananda are looking at each other and they are enjoying the support of or the glorification of Jews by Patel. Right? Prabhupada just tried to say one name. And then he's saying like this, Shylock. Okay, it's very beautiful. Okay, so please continue and uh, yeah, this next part you can see. So something beautiful is going to come now. Anyone else wants to read? I think Mataji read one page with us. Yeah. So anyone else wants to read? Community
Hare
Mataji
Krishna
usually.
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Shall I
Mataji, you are
read
looking for.
Prabhuji?
Please go ahead.
Generalization on, okay.
Then Prabhupada was settling.
When Prabhupada was settling back into
Mataji
his
is actually
quarters,
reading from her book, by the way. That's why she was putting on, I think. Right, Mataji?
yes, Prabhu, I'm reading from my
Go
book.
ahead. I'm also reading from the book only. Yeah.
When Prabhupada was settling back into his quarters after returning from Mauritius, I noticed a new devotee taking Prabhupada's suitcase out of the trunk of the car. He was dressed as a brahmachari in saffron robes, but had a full head of hair. I asked one of the devotees who accompanied Prabhupada about him and was told that he was Ambarisha Dasa, Alfred Ford, Henry Ford's grandson. That's
Great
Ambarisha, great grandson. Yeah. That's Ambarisha, I exclaimed. Except for his hair, he appeared like a simple, humble brahmachari carrying Prabhupada's suitcases. It was decided that Ambarisha would come out with me. I was meeting top people and getting support for the Juhu project, and having Alfred Ford with me would be a great boon. I formulated a list of all the really wealthy people who had been avoiding me. There weren't
Nice
that many.
astra. Nice astra to carry with you for those ones. Uh, he came actually for Dwarka and Rajput temple openings. I mean to say the earlier temple opening when Maharaj was there. We had some really nice fond interactions with him. Very, very wonderful devotee. Now you know how he is the backbone of the TOBP also. And many, many temples we get supported. Amazing devotee. Yeah, please continue, Mataji.
There weren't that many because most of the aristocratic people then were quite pious. but I compiled a list of the most materialistic entrepreneurs in Bombay, the hard nuts to crack. Or he wants to use Alfred Ford. Phoned them and said, Alfred Ford has come from America and he would like to meet you. That opened a lot of doors. But although I anticipated that these difficult people would change their minds by seeing Ambarisha, many of them, when they met him, seemed to think he's a heir to a great fortune and he has become a Hare Krishna. What's wrong with him? So it didn't work quite the way I had hoped.
Very interesting. Huh? See, this is a beautiful thing. I would say is very important to meditate on this thing, right? See, uh, if we actually keep Giriraj Maharaj collecting quite a few this thing from, I mean, from Lakshmi, from many wealthy people, cultivated people. We didn't have any strategy as such, in the sense, like I will take this person, it will work, I will take that person, it will work, etc. Right? Uh, but if you see, there are no calculations, right? Here, a little bit of calculation is involved. That okay, if I put Ambarish Prabhu in front, then they will offer. But actually, it works counterproductive because what they say is that you already this Alfred Ford, why do you want us? You can get as much money as you want from him. Why do you want money from us, right? So it can be counterproductive also many times.
Yeah.
So that is how it's better not to have some like a calculative mindset in that sense. You go even normally also people will give. If you have a purity in our heart, then what is going to stop them from giving? Always we should let things. This especially Sahaj Mila so Dud Mila Mang Mila so Pan. If you go with a expectation, then whatever you get will not be that much really, and it will not be to your level, expectation. You will expect. If you don't expect anything is fine. Sorry, Gaurav Prabhu, you are going to say something.
So, Prabhu, I was remembering one pastime of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Some devotee told me, I mean, on the similar lines. So once one devotee actually thought of purchasing a car for Maharaj, and Maharaj said, I will buy a simple Maruti car. So they said, I mean, okay. But when Maharaj went for a tour, and then they thought, why would we buy a simple car for Maharaj? We would buy a BMW. It's a long backstory. So when Maharaj came back, and then he saw that it's a big, huge car. So he said, I don't want to sit in this car. Who brought this car? I mean, bring that devotee before me. And then he actually scolded that devotee. Why did you bring this big car? I told you to bring the small car. I mean, whenever we ask for donations and we go in a big car, they will think you already have money. Why do you want money? So right.
Yeah,
So he was thinking in that way. And then Maharaj Vyas
yeah.
Puja came, and
You are coming in
he was not
BMW to ask for money.
yes, so Maharaj Vyas Puja was coming, and this devotee, I mean, was about to put a garland on Maharaj. He said, "I will not accept garland till you sell that car." So then that devotee had to sell that. So, so that devotee actually had to sell that car 3-4 lakhs rupees. I mean, in loss, and then finally Maharaj said, he said, "I promise you, tomorrow I'll sell off that car." So then he accepted that garland.
Very nice. See, amazing. What a nice realization. And until that point, also, uh, they were always thinking that if you become a Hare Krishna, you are not fit for the society, or you are so useless to the society that you can only become a Hare Krishna. But now, you see, all the IIT, IIM, ISC graduates, they all become Hare Krishna, they all take to Hare Krishna, and they go and preach to all different. Now, you see, they when they go and connect with big delegates and so on, big celebrities and delegates. I could see Gaurang Prabhu, Gaurang Prabhu, and all mm, connecting with all the celebrities in this Ambani's wedding ceremonies. There, I could see some of the pictures there. Mm, There, there is so much value in this in this movement. That is why such people are also taken up. Otherwise, what is the point? If you are unfit to the society, and you go there and join the movement, and you contribute really good to the society, then the society, this society cannot claim that he is only fit for this thing, is not fit for me. That cannot be the thing. Because he is doing even greater service. But if he is unfit in the society and becomes unfit in the movement also, or Hare Krishna movement also, devotional service also, then the question can come that you may not be able to do, but still Krishna will accept. Krishna doesn't see anybody as unfit. It's only we who are seeing somebody as fit and unfit. Hmm? Okay, so let's continue. There's going to be something very interesting. Hmm. Who is reading? Kamalni, what is reading?
Yes,
Very
yes,
interesting.
Prabhu. When we were out, I was really strict. I wouldn't go to restaurants or juice bars or spend money on anything. It was hot and humid, and Ambarisha would ask, "Can't we stop for a few minutes, have a juice or something?" No, I would respond. No, Maya. No, Maya, no compromise.
Well, drinking juice outside is Maya means take people like me. I'm going to be, I'm traveling outside and all that. Always in Maya. So,
No
let's
compromise.
continue.
Only once did I agree when I felt a little compassion or a glimmer of it. And we were into a snack bar and got some fresh fruit juice. My room was in the building right next to Prabhupada's, where Ambarisha was staying. Every morning I would come to the window and call Ambarisha Prabhu, and Ambarisha would think, "Oh, we are going to go out and do this again." Once I came into Prabhu, once
That's
I
in italics.
came
Do this
into
again means go to Maya. Anyway, I mean, see the standard on those during those days. Huh? I told Ms. Radhanath Maharaj just to say that those days in New Vrindavan, if you don't complete your 16 rounds before Mangalarti, before morning Mangalarti, 4:30, uh, it is said they will call you that you are in Maya.
Mm,
Before
my God.
4:30, you have to complete your 16 rounds, which means you should do the chanting from say 2:30 to 4 or whatever. And then little bit time only you have to go inside the forest with a sack on your head, like a village, and go and do your nature's call and all that. And then you should come back,
Mm,
and there'll be ice. You have to break those ice and make it into liquid, and then you will take bath in that ice cold water, freezing water in the freezing cold, and then come to the Mangalarti. If you don't do all these things and come to Mangalarti before 4:35, then it's considered you are in Maya, right? So compared to that, we are living a royal life, right?
very true, Prabhu. Very true.
You go to GV and get all this wonderful accommodation there in the middle of the forest. Cannot expect such a five-star kind of arrangement there, and uh, really wonderful, tasty, delicious prasadam in Govindas. And you have so many within there also 2 3 restaurants are there, and all this Ayurveda, this uh, steam bath, so many different things are there. You feel like you are in a you are in a different world really, right? Let's continue, Matu.
Once I came into Prabhupada's room when Ambaresha was speaking to him. "Prabhupada," he was asking, "why does Giriraj have to go out every day and collect like this? I'll just build a temple for you." But Prabhupada said no. And then Ambarisha got
Remember a
then
similar
Ambarish,
thing with Gopal Krishna Maharaj also. Our Amogila proposed telling that the 10th President, what's his name? Mishra Prabhu. He's a very big crorepati actually. He's multi-million. We can build 10 temples at least easily, just on that, just with that easily. So he came and told Maharaj that, Maharaj, why don't you just build it? We don't have to collect it. He said, no, if you give, everybody will sleep in the rooms, not doing any work. We have to go out and beg from others. And that's how the temples have to be built, all humility.
Mm.
Yeah, just continue.
Then Amberisha got dysentery, and on the morning walks on Juhu Beach, he would see planes flying over, some going to America, and think, oh my God, get me on one of those planes. Then Amberisha had been in Juhu for 2 weeks. Prabhupada inquired, so Amberisha Maharaja, you are feeling all right or not? Yes, I'm feeling well today,
So
Amberisha replied.
Prabhupada is asking Ambarish Maharaj. Nice.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yes, I'm feeling well today, Amberisha replied. You're taking yogurt? Prabhupada asked and told a devotee, give him khichdi and yogurt. He won't eat yogurt, Harikesha responded. I eat it mixed with Sat Isbgol, psyllium husk, Amberisha said. Take yogurt with black pepper and salt, Prabhupada advised him. During
Okay,
one
so
morning walk,
those who have dysentery, I think this is Prabhupada's remedy. Yogurt is
yogurt and black
pepper and salt.
salt.
Prabhupada's thing actually works actually. Sudarshan also had some toothpaste and she was getting all different this painkiller and all that. But she just followed Prabhupada's making that haldi, salt, and what was the other one? Some other items. And then she did it. Uh, then she was quite all right. Prabhupada's solutions are this one. Please continue.
During one morning walk, Prabhupada spoke about being focused on one goal and related it to his success in establishing Krishna consciousness and to Ambarisha. Vyavasayatmika buddhir eki he kurunandana bahushaka he anantasya buddhayo vyavasayinam Gita 2.41. Avyavasayinam bahushaka and vyavasayinam 1. From practical point of view, from business point of view also, I started this Krishna conscious business with 40 rupees. Now we have 40 crores. Who has got such business success? Bring anyone within 10 years. And here is Ambarish Maharaj. He is ready to give us any amount of money. Ambarish Maharaj, yes, whole Ford company. Who else has got this business? I think there is no such history in the world to begin business with 40 rupees and within 10 years it becomes 40 crores. One cannot even imagine.
Prabhupada is always very proud of this. That I started with 40 rupees and I got a 40 crores in 10 years. Now each temple is worth, each temple, many, many hundreds of temples like that. Each temple is worth a minimum 180 to 100 crores. Each temple. Juhu is much more than that. It will be easily 500 crores. In that place, you cannot get an inch of the land also. Right? We can't even imagine how this. That's why Krishna, wealth means wealth is under his control, right? So yes, all the wealth in the world. So the more you go to him, the more you will get affected. Please continue.
Somebody else wants to take over or shall I continue?
Yeah, maybe somebody can read. Somebody can take over. Who else read? Anybody? Was not
I can read.
Yes, Ajay.
Before Amberisha left Bombay,
It's
he had a
something very
serious
interesting.
meeting.
Prabhu, you are getting into a very interesting section. Please speak.
Before Amberisha left Bombay, he had a serious meeting with Prabhupada about his future. Prabhupada told him that he wanted him to work. Almost all the devotees in ISKCON were full-time. They lived in the temple and were engaged in serving the mission. But to Amrisha, Prabhupada said that he wanted people to see that one could be a devotee and still be a responsible member of society. Must I work with the Ford Motor Company? Amrisha asked. No, Prabhupada replied. That is your choice. But you should do some work. People should see that you are doing some work. If I am working, Amrisha inquired, what will I do for association?
This line is very beautiful question. This is a beautiful question. And see Prabhupada's answer.
If while you are working, you are thinking, I am doing this for Krishna, Prabhupada said, that will be your association.
See, this is the answer to all our questions. I really loved this line. When I was reading, I just stopped. I was just reading it for a few times, again and again. So I think if you're working, while working, if you're thinking that I'm doing this for Krishna, that will be your association. That is really association. We don't see the association there. That is our problem. We don't see the association with Krishna. Rajesh Prabhu, we also spoke about it some time ago, right?
Yes.
I told you we should continue with our occupational duties. And that we do that duty meticulously. That Raghunath Das Goswami was advised by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not kill the family, to continue, and right time when it comes, it can come. Until that time, it is continuing to seva. So Prabhupada knew who is meant for his service and who is meant for full-time service, and that. So that is why he never advised Ambarish Prabhu to join the temple full-time, and even though he had that strong desire, right? Because what happens is psychologically, devotees, when we get in touch with this, when we get the experience of the devotional side, we could see the difference between the material side and devotional side. Those who have not got this experience will not know the difference, right? They will only be thinking that material side, that life is all in all. They will go to company, they will go for partying, this, that, etc. All those things they will do, which is what they think is the right way to live. Just work hard for health, wealth, and just be happy with the family, friends, whatever, enjoy those. But when we experience this side of it, the spiritual side, the spiritual experience, we will see the marked difference between the two, the happiness, marked difference in happiness between the two, isn't it? Isn't it, Rajesh Prabhu? That is why we are getting more attracted to this side. Which is fine. Psychologically, we don't like the other side. But then the problem here is we are only getting attracted when the material side piques us. Yes or no?
Yes. Otherwise, we are caught in Maya, Prabhu. We don't realize.
No, not only part in Maya. What we are doing is we are actually, when material thing is keeping us nice, material side means I'm not saying only the family, the work and all. Even among devotees also, when people are always appreciating you, when your ego is satisfied, that is material side. So that time we don't think of devotional side. That is where our real danger is. In devotional side also, in being in devotional service also, when you are always feeling that glorification and appreciation and good people around, and they're always giving you thing, and they have nice relationship with you, etc., etc. We don't think about Krishna so much. We don't thank Krishna so much. Do we thank? Hmm? We don't do that, isn't it? Because we don't see the in the negative side of the world, right? But when in the same devotional service also, if you get some kick, somebody chastises you, blasphemes you, or does something wrong, or maybe backbiting, politics, so many things are there. So we are not able to accept it. At that time, we go to Krishna. Then also it is wrong because it is conditional. We go to Krishna only when the situation is a challenging situation. We have to be unconditional in our surrender, right? So what I mean to say is our taking to Krishna consciousness also, then it is only when the material world fits us, then that should not be that is not accepted. Krishna will not appreciate. Maybe not able to stay stable there. He'll be unstable. You got me? Irrespective of whether the material world is keeping you or still you come to Krishna, then our surrender will be also deeper and more strong. A natural attraction. The surrender is coming out of a natural attraction, not because you can't stay in the material world at all. So that is why I'm coming. So tomorrow, when the material world is nice with you, you will lose the intensity, right? This is where we should be really careful. And I really, really love this line Prabhupada says. If while you are working, you are thinking, I am doing this for Krishna, that will be your association. Our association with Krishna and association with devotees also. Yeah, please continue. Very, very important section here. That's why I'm giving a little bit more time here. We'll finish in another couple of paragraphs. So that's the end of.
About those days, Ambrish later recalled, Giriraj Swami taught me everything I know about fundraising. When I first became a devotee, I went to Bombay and Maharaja was sacrificing himself to get the temple built in Juhu. And he engaged me very nicely. I was a very green devotee and a spoiled kid from suburban Detroit. So I was in culture shock from being in India. But he had such a nice character and was such a wonderful personality. He had a room across the alley, and every morning he would come to the window and call Ambrisha. I couldn't get away, so we worked a lot. But it was really a wonderful experience to be there. My function was to get us in and with Maharaja to make life members out of people who had been slamming the door in the face of the devotees. But Maharaja had to conceal the truth a little to get us into their offices. He would say, Mr. Ford is in India and he would like to meet you. But as soon as the life membership material came out, they would throw us out of the office. It was a very humbling experience, and I bowed down to his feet. He really gave his life to build that temple, and it is so important. Radha Rasbihari were living in a shed, and Srila Prabhupada was so happy to have the temple built. He was very, very proud of that temple. When we met again years later, Amrisha told me, I want to apologize because I was kind of a baby back in those days and I was kind of sick. But I take the dust off your feet because you really taught me so much. And now that I'm engaged in trying to help build the Mayapur project, the example of your laser focus on getting that temple built in Bombay is such an inspiration for me that I'm very, very grateful for your association during those days. I remember them fondly. When we met the hard nuts and they discovered that we were approaching them for donations or to make them life members, sometimes they would throw us out of their offices. So there were a lot of lessons of humility in those days. But I thank you for your association back then. It was really wonderful. I cut my teeth.
It cut my teeth.
On my side, I felt bad. I felt that I had been insensitive to Ambrisha's needs and background and that I had driven him beyond his capacity. In fact, I considered it a wonder or miracle that he didn't leave Krishna consciousness altogether after those 2 weeks with me.
We'll stop here. This is after that. So we have only up to the PDF only up to page 350. So someone if they can send PDF pages of it, na? Either Rajesh Prabhu or Gaurav, then it will be good. So let me do one thing. So we will stop here, by the way. And I want to ask the devotees, since we missed a few weeks, do you think should we have one more session this week? Because this weekend it should be okay, I guess. But next weekend again, we will not be able to do because of Bangalore retreat. So can we do something? This Sunday we will continue. This Sunday we will continue. Is that okay? We'll continue because there's a lot more to do. Only halfway through. There is almost more to do here. This is such a nice section, no? Because I really love this particular I remember this page number 348. It's really a wonderful line. Prabhupada says, if you are working, if while you are working, you are thinking, I am doing this for Krishna, that will be your association. I think you should remember and put it in a bold letters. So nice. Thank you, Prabhu Smaraj. Any final thoughts before we close? Any final words before we close?
So, Prabhu, attending the class after a long time is very nourishing, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I was sorry, Prabhu. That day also I couldn't do it because we were kind of held up. And I told you that we can travel. So yeah, we will Krishna willing, we will have our Saturday morning glories of Nagmuni. We are into the 6th chapter. Those who were attending not ready, we will be told devotees that it will take a long time to complete that 1/540 that is series. So I told devotees that you please read at your own pace that particular article. Bhagavatam is universal. But we went 4-5 shlokas into the 6th chapter. So we'll continue from there. For those who might have missed a bit, we please recap those, and then we can continue our discussion with some very, very, very sweet verses coming up. Today is Thursday. Krishna willing, we meet on Saturday morning. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu Smatiji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, pranams.
Yes, yes.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Sriniketan.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.